The time is just gone 9:30 a.m. as we continue with the broadcast. Sadly, we can't get hold of the communications manager at the Malawi Red Cross Society, Felix Washon, talking about Malawi, the cyclone that had hit Malawi, and just to get a live update. But we will continue trying to get in touch with him. But what we are doing right now is to take a look at a very interesting analysis and reading into the connection between the three harams. Now we know what all the harams mean to us: Makkah, Medina, Al Aqsa, as a Muslim ummah. But it is equally important for us to understand the connection and also looking at some of the implications. And this is a piece that was written by Mohsin Suliman, who is a resident of Homesteadpark in Johannesburg. And we're going across now to be joined by Brother Mohsin Suliman. Brother Mohsin, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jummah Mubarak to you and welcome. Jazakallah for your time.
Wa alaikum salam. Assalamu alaikum to the listeners and Jummah Mubarak to the listeners and to yourself as well. Thanks.
Yes, when you had sent out this WhatsApp message, and I had a look at it, and I was reading through it, and I must say it's a very, very interesting analysis, and also at the same time, you talk about understanding the connection, but also in terms of appreciating the three harams a lot more, and just take us through, or your thoughts in penning this piece and on the three harams and the importance to understand what the connection and the implications are.
Basically, I just come back from Umrah and I was so impressed with the piety of the Muslim Ummah, the enthusiasm, the zeal that they show for and
Brother Mohsin, if you could just move around slightly, we are losing you. We're not getting a very clear connection.
okay, let me just stand outside. Maybe can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so yeah, in a nutshell, I was sitting and looking at the carpet in Medina, and I saw the two logos, the swords that were depicted on the carpet, and I realized, as an ummah, we have a history of fighting, and sometimes very deliberately, by the various governments and the ulama, to be honest, when they narrate our history and so forth, that aspect of our Islam is avoided conveniently so. And I think it's about time we embrace that the history, because if it was not for the fact that Islam was spread by the sword, many of us might not have been Muslims today. So we must be grateful that the Sahaba went with the sword all over the world and basically, spread Islam with the sword.
Yes, but also I think what is important to understand, so that people don't misinterpret the spreading of the of Islam by the sword, is the context, within which the sword had to be used, because we know that there is what is called a defensive jihad as well, and also looking at some of the history that you actually pen in this article, where you speak about personalities like Khalid bin Walid radiallahu anhu, Hazrat Ali radiallahu anhu, and even go later into Islamic history, Salahuddin Ayyubi, Ertugrul Ghazi, Uthman Ghazi, and many others whose sole objective was to spread the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Gee, 100%. I'm going to jump into my car again. There's so much noise. I hope the signal gets better. Yeah, so basically, yeah, in a nutshell, this personality, the Sultan Hamid, around the late or the early 20th century, he once noted or said that famously that jihad, politics is jihad without the sword. So, in today's times, it's the lines are, there's no clear front line, and it's, the situation is a whole lot more murky in the sense that, everything is nuanced. Muslims are living all over the world, so we can't just go around waging jihad all over the show. But as far as Palestine is concerned, you find that it's very clear cut. There's a clear cut oppression. They've stolen the land of the Palestinian people, and we do nothing about it. And that is so sad. Muslim governments, Muslim ulama, Muslim people, we will be quick to send aid, after the fact. But while it's happening or before it's happening, we don't have the wherewithal, the guts, the know-how, nothing to do with regard to helping our brothers and sisters in Palestine, Syria, Iraq, and all those countries, And it's very sad, considering the history that we have, the rich history of fighting against oppression and for justice.
Yes, and also on a spiritual level, and you make mention of this in the article that you had penned, uh, talking about the connection of the harams to Masjid al-Aqsa from a spiritual perspective. And here you make reference to the Rajab, we talk of Isra and Miraj as well, and also you make mention of Masjid al-Qiblatain.
100%. Masjid al-Aqsa was our first Qibla, and the Sahaba were once performing Salah in a different direction. They were facing Masjid al-Aqsa in Jerusalem, and then the instruction came that they must change direction and face the Haram in Makkah, and so there is proof enough of how important Masjid al-Aqsa is and Jerusalem is to us. So when the oppression takes place against our brothers and sisters, it is far-reaching and very deep, and we need to understand our connection with Masjid al-Aqsa.
Sorry, Brother Mohsin, once again, we are just losing you slightly.
Out again. Yeah, like I said, in the same article that I penned, I mentioned the reward of reading line something anyway, it was an reward.
Brother Mohsin, we're going to try and get all of you on a better line, really. I don't think we are doing justice to the interview because we are losing you. If you could just try again once more time, please.
Let me just move around a bit.
There we go. Much better, wherever you are right now.
Okay. I'll just stand on this place here. So I was saying, in the article I mentioned that the reward for reading a Salah in Masjid al-Haram in Makkah is 100,000, 100,000, and Makkah and 500. They're all tied. And night journey before he went to the sky to meet our Creator tells you the connection, between not only the importance of the mercy, but the fact that he read in front of 120,000 prophets, and Hazrat Musa alayhi salam and Isa alayhi salam read behind him. That ties up all the religions of the world as being one religion of Islam, and that he is superior to the two prophets, Moses and Jesus, and it also ties up the fact that it's close and the connection between Ibrahim alayhi salam, Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Musa alayhi salam, Isa alayhi salam, and perhaps inshallah to that understanding we can all become Muslim.
Yes. Now we know that there are millions of Muslims right across the entire world that express, in fact, all Muslims express their love for all three harams in more ways than one, because of the spirituality and also because of the rewards, and also looking at Makkah, Medina, but also in your article, you go at length, talking about why it is even more important for us to understand Masjid al-Aqsa because of what is taking place, the political dynamics that are playing out, the occupation of Palestine, the occupation of Masjid al-Aqsa. And this is very, very important. And sometimes it is said that we make reference to Masjid al-Aqsa as the forgotten haram.
I agree with you totally. In fact, it's so painful every time you watch the news. On a daily basis, there's some kind of a violation of Palestinian rights to speak Palestine. Where young men have been killed, arrested, the Jewish settlers who basically Palestinian Muslims there are unabated, and the current I think it's almost 60% number of olive trees, and this year alone, 3,000 odd olive trees were planted. So I think it's number more, Like there was courage, inshallah, that somehow the other, people who don't even leadership, somehow the other Ummah can rise up and stand against us.
Yes, Brother Mohsin. And also, I think, finally, one needs to look at the sacrifices in protecting the symbols of Islam. And, if Mecca and Medina were under occupation and they were under attack, like Masjid al Aqsa has been under attack, can we imagine the outcry from the entire Muslim world? But sometimes it is said that Muslim governments, don't share the same passion as far as Masjid al-Aqsa is concerned, because atrocity after atrocity is committed, yet they seem impotent and they are powerless to do anything about it.
Yeah, 100%. I just wish and hope that, inshallah, maybe in South Africa and maybe at the world at large, if the ulama and basically Muslim people can discuss these things, the Juma Bayan and so forth, and communicate the importance of Masjid al-Aqsa, just like the two other harams, very important in the eyes of Muslims. But the bigger picture is that the Muslims in those countries are suffering as well. There is one saying or hadith to the effect that in the eyes of Allah, the life of a Muslim is more important than the Kaaba itself. And we know how people revere the Kaaba, the way they take pictures and cry when they see the Kaaba and so forth. And rightfully so, a Muslim life is in fact more important. So for us to see our brethren suffering in Syria and various other parts of the world, including Palestine, it's not fair, it's not on. And considering our history, for the Sahaba and our and all the communities at times on past steps to on parents like that, it's not good. So
Yes, Brother Mohsin. Again, we losing you. I know with this load shedding, networks are very, very bad at this point in time. But yes, the connection is a bit problematic. I think possibly it could be even the wind because you are outside.
gee, 100%. It's a bit of a windy day today. So very nice.
Gee, go ahead.
You can, yeah. So like I was saying, it's so sad that we don't defend our fellow Muslim brethren throughout the world. Whether it is the Rohingya Muslims, whether it is in the Uyghur Muslims in China, there's oppression taking place everywhere. I just hope now with the world polarizing the way it is, with the East and West, the current events in Ukraine and so forth, that something good comes out of us, because on our own currently, it's quite a hopeless situation, and I just pray and hope. It's very painful to see Muslims suffering. I'll be honest with you. I can't understand how other people can be so hardened and what is the word I'm looking, lacking sensitivity with regard to Muslim life and Muslim suffering.
Well, certainly it is very, very painful, and especially when one sees one of the major symbols of Islam, when one looks at Masjid al-Aqsa, which was our first Qibla, being under threat all the time. And more importantly, when one looks at the people that have been chosen by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the people of Palestine, to protect the honor and the dignity of Masjid al-Aqsa on behalf of an ummah that is over 1.6 billion strong. So this is a lot that we need to think about, Brother Mohsin. But for now, Jazakallah so much for your time with us this morning and talking to us right here on Salam Media. We wish you all the best. Have yourself a wonderful Jummah, inshallah, and a great Ramadan ahead, inshallah. Continue making dua, continue the good work that you are doing as well, Brother Mohsin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam. Jazakallah so much. Much appreciated.
Mohsin
Thank you.
Suliman joining us this morning. And if you haven't read it, really, it's a very, very interesting read that with the connection of the three harams and why it is so important in more ways than one to understand what the implications and what the consequences are for the Muslim Ummah. The time is just gone 9:45. We're going to go for a break. We come back. We will be focusing on the cyclone that had hit Malawi. We've got a live update coming through from the Malawi Red Cross Society this morning. We're talking with Felix Washon.